I gotta summarize the lore. Okay. Let me do the quick summary. I'll be back in a moment, chat. So, I'm Queen of the Calipolis, my country. I had a coronation, but my best friend, who was also part of the secret soup society with me, betrayed me, tried to assassinate me in my own coronation. What? Then we have a whole thing where he's being all bad. He comes and he blows up the United Nations, and then we declare him an international threat. And then we had the Olympics, and I challenged him to a duel, and he challenged me to a duel, and I won, but I kind of cheated, but I won. And I took ownership of the secret soup society. So now soup was like our dish. So we were like, yo, let's build a courthouse because people didn't like my soup restaurant and were suing me. So we build a courthouse. And after we have all these trials against me for having bad service at my house, after we have this trial, I'm like, what if we tried Maddie for blowing stuff up and being an international threat? And Ira was like, maybe not. Maybe we should just kill him. And I was like, but we shouldn't. So let's go and let's talk to him. And when we talked to him, gone was the evil mastermind. In his place, we found a farmer. He had given up on all of his goals of world domination or whatever he was after in the first place. So we were like, okay, you know what? I said I was fine leaving him there. I was like, you know what? We'll leave Maddie there. We won't touch him. We're good. I convinced Ira too. Ira was a little hesitant, but he's like, okay. Ira was the general of the Freedom Wings, which is the Queen's Guard, by the way. Then his son, Resting, second in command of the Freedom Wings, is like, JK, I don't trust this Maddie guy, withers his base. So then Ryanswizzy is like, I'm going to make the Orange Fish, which is going to be a Maddie support group. And we're going to like take up his anti-monarchist goals. So then Resting sees this orange fish and they're like, I don't think so. And he starts firing on this peaceful protest. So then we're like, sorry, Resting, you can't do that. You're demoted. Then it's my wedding, right? I'm getting married to Dino. Ryanswizzy comes and kidnaps Dino. I chase Dino down and I'm like, you don't want Dino, you want me. I'm the political power one. And then he's like, you know what? That's a fair point. So he puts me in prison instead. So I'm in this prison now. It's a hostage situation. The Freedom Wings swoop in, right? I managed to get saved, but in the process, Ryanswizzy kills Uncle Iro, General Iro of the Freedom Wings, my best friend. Oh my God, we are heartbroken, okay? Resting throws a temper tantrum at the funeral. A week later, Resting comes back and he's like, I'm ready to take my like position as head of the Freedom Wings. And I'm like, bestie, the last thing Iro did was demote you for being like an open mutiny. And he was like, okay, then I'm going to war if you won't like give me my position back. And then I told Pezzy and we were like, let's not tell anyone. So we didn't tell anyone, but then we were trying Ryanswizzy and then he was found guilty for like a whole slew of charges. But then Cal was like, I don't want Iroh's legacy to be something bad. So she forgives him and gives him a sentence of community service because she was the judge. Then Resting, who was there at the trial, was like, that's it, I'm done. I'm telling everyone, I'm declaring war. We are going to war. So now we are at war. Now my closest ally then abandons me to join Resting's side because he's like, that's pretty sussy what you did. Like forgiving Ryanswizzy. So now we have a war. First battle of the war was fought. We won. But their ground forces we were not paying attention to. So really we're losing. But we won the first battle. And now, and in the first battle, I sacrificed my best general for we really don't know why. We really don't know why. You know, I was kind of like, let's get back at Resting by killing his brother. And now everyone's in open rebellion against me. And that's where we are. That's the lore.